Hello. Thank you so much for joining me for this online class. My name is Heidi Stone. I am currently a silver leader with Young Living Essential Oils, and I am here to give you a little bit of an introduction to our current premium starter kit. So first, I just want to again welcome you. I'm really excited that you're here tonight or today, depending on what time you're watching this. But I want to give you a little bit of an intro to our story. So I mentioned my name's Heidi. My husband and I have 6 children. We homeschool, and we live in Indiana. And I was really kind of already into this whole natural realm, trying to do things with as few toxins as possible. And a friend of mine just sent me a message one day, and she said, we have started using these essential oils. I don't know if you've ever looked into them, but I just thought it might be something you guys would be interested in since I know you're pretty naturally minded. And so I was interested. I did a lot of research because I am kind of a researcher. And so I did a lot of research. I really wanted to make sure that if we were going to invest in something like this for our family, that we were choosing the very best essential oils that we could find. And so eventually over time, I did all that research. I came back to her and said, yes, we want to use Young Living. So I bought a starter kit, which was a little bit different than the one we have right now, but similar, except that I didn't have a diffuser because our starter kits did not come with a diffuser back then. But I bought my starter kit, and I was pretty early on in my pregnancy with my last baby, and I really didn't know how to use the oils. I didn't feel confident. I wasn't sure if it would be safe for me to use them, and so I kind of just let them sit in a box in my nightstand pretty much until I delivered. We used them on and off, and I thought they were for occasional use, and little did I know I could have safely been using them and probably had a much more pleasant pregnancy if I had just utilized them. But it was in the past, and as that summer rolled around, I really started to see the benefit to using them regularly. And I started to explore some of the other products and realized that a lot of the stuff we were buying elsewhere could be transferred and we could just buy it from Young Living. So that sort of launched us into this really unintentional business that I'm now building. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of that background to tell you that if you don't have any idea where to start, that's okay, because I started there too, and I sat there for a long time. So that is a-okay. So I told you that I did a lot of research. What I wound up finding as I was doing my research was there was just really not another company out there that had the same level of transparency available to their customers. And so what Young Living has is something they call the seed to seal guarantee. And basically what that means is that from the time the seed goes into the soil to the time it's sealed up in the bottle, that entire process is very closely monitored. It has very high standards, and all of us are welcome to the farms at any time to see that process and be a part of it. And the reason that we're able to do that is because we actually own many of our farms across the globe, and we partner really closely with the rest of them. So as best as Young Living is able, they will plant and leave the plants on the farm in their indigenous locations, because for the most part, that's the place that they're going to grow the best. So we have farms across the globe. I've personally been to one of the farms, so I look forward to visiting more in the future. But that was really what I found, was that I didn't feel that I could get that level of transparency and quality anywhere else. So that's why we chose Young Living. So I want to launch a little bit into how we use the oils, and then I'm just going to run through some of the oils that come in the premium starter kit, all of the oils actually that come in the premium starter kit. It's not the extensive list of oils that we have. I have many more than this in my home that we utilize regularly, but this is how most people get started, and it's just a nice little introduction. You get a set of 11 oils, and it's a great way to get started. So there's 3 ways that we use essential oils, and I want to cover these a little bit before we talk about the oils. So the first way is a way that many people are familiar with, and that is to use them topically. So some of our oils do need to have a carrier with them, a fatty carrier like an olive or a jojoba or some type of like coconut, another fatty oil to go along with them, just to help your skin not have a sensitization to the oil. Some of them are okay to use without that, and we regularly use them that way ourselves. The second way to use them is to diffuse them. So I mentioned just a couple minutes ago that when I bought my starter kit almost 4.5 years ago, there was not a diffuser in the kit. This is actually one of the primary ways that we use our oils, and so it's such an exciting thing that everyone gets a diffuser now when they buy a kit. So I'm going to show you the diffuser that one of the diffusers that's available with the premium starter kit. You actually get an option of a handful of different diffusers to choose from, but I will show you one of those as we get started here in just a minute. And then the third way that we use our oils is to ingest them or take them internally. And so I'm going to show you as we go through the oils in the kit. You'll see that half of our oils are in white bottles with their labels are white, and that's because the FDA says that we need to label them differently. So, for example, Young Living sells a peppermint essential oil, and they sell a Peppermint Vitality essential oil. The oil that's in the bottle is exactly the same oil, but we are required to label them separately. So as we go through them, I will be discussing them in the ways that the FDA says we are allowed to discuss them. And so our Vitality collection is the line of oils that are safe to use internally to ingest. And so the way that we do that is typically to put it in our water or tea. You could bake or cook with them, or you could even just take them in a capsule, and we do that in our home regularly as a supplement. So I want to show you the diffuser first, because we're going to be talking about diffusing the oils. Now, I mentioned that there's a choice of a handful of different diffusers, and they all range in price, but I'm going to show you the one that most people start with. It's called the Dewdrop diffuser. I'm going to see if I have enough room to do all this here. Okay, so our Dewdrop diffuser runs about 4 hours. It's an ultrasonic diffuser, which means that you're going to put water into it. It will mist, kind of like a humidifier. And as it does that, it's actually breaking up the particles of the essential oils into microparticles, which makes them even easier for our body to absorb. So as we're diffusing things and we're inhaling them, the oils are actually going directly into our limbic system, which is where all of our emotions and our decision-making skills lie. So we use our oils a lot in our home for emotional things. So I use them a lot for emotional balancing, and diffusing is a great way to do that. But of course, you're also breathing them in as well, so they're getting right into your lungs and right into your respiratory system. Okay, so here's our Dewdrop diffuser. You can see why it's called the Dewdrop, because it looks like a dewdrop. I don't have this one plugged in right now, but I want to show you the inside. And take off the lid. There's another little piece here. And then the inside, there's a little red dot right here. That's the water fill line. So when you take those two lids off, you'll fill water to the line, and then you'll add somewhere between 5 and 10 drops of oil. Some of the oils have more potency than others, so you'll just have to find what works well for you with whatever oils you're diffusing. So you'll add the water, the oils, you'll put the lids back on in place, and then all you need to do is plug it in, and then make sure that you push this little button here. If you push it once, it'll come on with the blue light. If you push it again, the light will turn off, and this, like I said, runs about 4 to 4.5 hours. It's actually one of my favorite diffusers because I feel like the output is really phenomenal. Okay, so I wanted to show you that before we get started, because now we're going to talk about using the oils, and one of the ways we use them is in the diffuser. So here's our beautiful box of oils. It's like getting a present in the mail. It's so gorgeous. And actually, this is our one of our farms. This is in Mona, Utah, and this is the farm that I have been to a couple of times. So this is obviously a lavender field here. When I was there, we were actually planting yarrow. The first time, when I went back the second time, they had just harvested the yarrow. So you'll take this sleeve off, and you'll see this beautiful white box. So as you open it, you're going to see all of those beautiful oils. So that's what we're going to run through today. So I mentioned that half of the oils are going to have the white label. Those are our Vitality oils, which we can ingest safely. And then the other half of the oils have the darker labels. Now, when I talk about the oils, I always take the lid off and smell them. I don't know why. I even do it on a video, but that's okay, because even just inhaling the oils is really good for our bodies. So I'm still going to do it. I prefer to be in in-person classes because I pass the oils and you get to smell them, and it can transport you to a different time in your life because scents are able to do that for us. but obviously you're on a video, so my apologies that you can't smell them with me. Okay, our first oil is Peppermint Vitality. So when I first bought my kit, I opened peppermint first because I thought, oh, I know what peppermint smells like. I love that. And when I opened it, it was so not what I was expecting, because I was expecting like a candy cane, like that sweet peppermint scent. This is not a candy cane. This is pure essential oil, and it smells like peppermint, and it doesn't smell like anything else. And if you smell an essential oil, a peppermint essential oil that smells like a candy cane, you can probably be sure there are synthetics or vanilla or something else that has been added to it, because pure essential oil does not smell like that. So Peppermint Vitality is fantastic for mental clarity. It's also really good for the digestive system. And I really like to take this in a capsule. I have a gluten sensitivity, and so if I accidentally come in contact with some, my body's not very happy. So if that happens, I love to take Peppermint Vitality in a capsule, and that really helps my body kind of move that along and get me out of that place. Sometimes I will also take it with Lemon Vitality, which is another oil that comes in our starter kit. So you can all imagine what the lemon smells like, because I know you know what it smells like. But again, I was kind of taken aback because it was not the lemon I was anticipating. This is a pure lemon essential oil. It's different than a lot of the lemons that you might be familiar with, the scent of the lemons. But again, lemon is very good for your digestive system. It's also very good for your emotions and emotional balancing. And lemon is really good for detoxing your liver and your kidneys. So this is an oil that a lot of people drink on a daily basis as just a part of their healthy wellness regimen. So you can put it in your water in the morning. You can throw it in a cup of tea. Again, you could bake with it. Any of our vitality oils are totally fine for you to ingest. And so you can take it however you like. I know some people even take it in a capsule just to help with regular weight management. So that's an option as well. But of course, lemon is very versatile. This third oil is actually a blend, and it's called Digest. So if that name doesn't give it away, this is again for digestive support. I've heard of people using this for other things, but honestly, I pretty much only use it for digestive support. Some people smell this and it takes them right back to something. Oh, it smells like licorice, or oh, it smells like something specific. And sometimes people are not in love with it, but I have to tell you, if you need this oil at any point in your life, you will be so, so glad you have it, because it is the best digestive oil I've ever used. It's phenomenal. All right, our fourth oil is Thieves Vitality. So Thieves is a funny name, and I know that, and so I'm going to tell you why it's called that after I smell it. I love Thieves. I think Thieves smells like Christmas. So Thieves is called Thieves because, according to an old legend, there was a band of thieves going through France during the plague era, and they were robbing the dead and the dying, and they were covering themselves in this blend of herbs and spices as they did it, and they weren't getting sick. And so, according to legend, when they were caught, they were forced to give up the recipe for what they used. And that is where we get the recipe for our Thieves Essential Oil Blend. So Thieves is phenomenal for the immune system. Very, very good. And I love it in anything. I will put it in my tea. I will put it in my coffee. My husband just drinks it straight in his water just to help boost his immune system. So it's definitely an oil we are never without in our home. Okay, our last vitality oil in the starter kit is Copaiba. And that is a funny name as well, not because it's a strange name for an oil, but it's just hard to pronounce. So our Copaiba oil is actually a supporter of all of the systems in the body. So again, this is another oil that people use regularly. They'll throw it in a drink, they'll take it in a capsule as a supplement. And when I say a capsule, I mean you can buy just the small clear gel capsules, and we just fill those with our oils, and sometimes I'll throw in some olive oil or something with it, but if I don't have time, I'll just throw the essential oils in and call it good. So you can buy those from Young Living, or you can buy them from a health food store anywhere. But anyway, because Copaiba is so good for all the systems of the body. It's a wonderful thing to have as a regular part of your daily regimen because, we're constantly being attacked by our environment and all the things around us that we can't control. So, the things that we can control, we like to control as best we're able. So that's a great way to just keep yourself going healthy and strong. Okay, so we're going to launch into our bottles on the bottom row. So our first one here is called Panawe. Panawe is used very similarly to how you might use Bengay. It smells very minty. Some people say it smells like toothpaste, but essentially we use it just like Bengay. And so any kind of, like muscle pain from working out or, just a strain, anything like that. Sometimes even an occasional headache will be helped with Panawe. But I personally really use it for muscles, and I've found it really helpful, even just for things like growing pains with kids, or some women use it for menstrual cramping. Anything like that is very helpful. Panawe is very helpful for. Okay, frankincense is our next oil, and I'm going to just, give me a second here. Frankincense is my favorite oil. When I bought my kit, I had no idea what to do with this oil. And like most people, the only connection I had with frankincense was, of course, baby Jesus. That was the only thing I knew about frankincense. And I opened it up and I thought, that's different. I don't love it. But now I love it. I love frankincense. It is very, very good for me. Emotionally, it calms me down a lot, but it's also amazing for your skin. So I use frankincense on my face every day as like a toner. And it has done really, really great things for my skin. So on my face and for emotional balance is primarily how I use frankincense. But one of the things that I love about it especially is that as a mom, I love any of the oils that are very, very, very easy to use without having to dilute them. And this is an extremely gentle oil. In fact, many people will put frankincense on their baby right after they're born. And it's totally safe to use, with babies because it's so very gentle. Okay. All right. We're getting close. This is number 8. So this blend is called RC. I'm honestly not 100% sure what it stands for, but it is a eucalyptus blend. And so we use it for all things related to winter. So we all know that everything's flying around in the winter, and we love RC just to keep the air clear, to keep our nasal passages clear. It primarily goes in the diffuser for us. Sometimes we'll use it topically over our chest. A lot of people use it as a boost to exercise, but we love it in the diffuser, especially at night for our kids. And the reason that I love the diffuser also is that if you have kids, you know that they don't really sit still ever. They're never in one place except at night when they're sleeping. And so we know scientifically that our body rebuilds itself all the time while we're sleeping. And so for it to be able to rebuild itself while we're diffusing oils, which help our body do what it's naturally designed to do, is just the best. So being able to diffuse in the kids' bedrooms at night is one of my favorite things. All right, Purification is another favorite that comes in our starter kit. And I like to call this the Febreze of essential oils. I don't know if there's like a trademark on that. But anyway, that's basically the main way that we use this. There are a lot of other benefits, but Purification for us is like the scent killer. And I just learned a couple months ago that the way this happens is that when you diffuse the oils into the air, they actually have the ability to grab whatever the scent molecules are in the air and alter their DNA. So that actually removes the scent, doesn't just cover it up like some of the sprays that we have on the market today. So we're not spraying toxic substances into the air to make our air smell better, and we're still removing the scent. It's just a huge win. So we like to diffuse it if there's any kind of yucky scent going on in our house, but we also love it in the laundry. So I usually put a drop in the laundry, sometimes two if I find something. I have children, but especially if you have pets or if you have kids who are in sports or anything that is, like my husband used to work a job where he would just smell terribly like grease when he would get home. Any of those things, Purification would really, really be helpful for. And some people will stick it on a cotton ball and throw it in their kids' shoes. So many uses for that. So that's a great one to have around as well. Okay, and then our last oil in this set of 10, it's funny that this is last. I never really have an order. The last oil is lavender. So again, this is an oil that many people smell thinking, I know what lavender smells like. And then when they actually get it to their nose, it's a little bit different than they're expecting because there's nothing synthetic in it. A lot of the lavenders we have on the market today, especially those that go into our baby products, are actually synthetic lavender. And if you say, what's the big deal? It still smells the same. There is actually kind of a big deal. The synthetic lavender or the synthetic any oils do not have the same benefits or properties as the natural oils. And so they're not only going to not help your body in the same way, but they could actually damage your body because of the toxic substances. So it is really important that you know where your products are coming from and what's going into them, even the products that are going on your skin. So lavender is an amazing oil for skin. We use it for all kinds of skin, anything here. So, you know, like somebody gets a bump or a bruise or any kind of regular childhood anything, lavender is the go-to. If we don't have lavender, we'll move to frankincense. Lavender is just cheaper, so we start with that. But actually, having said that, I love especially that we have frankincense and Panawe in our starter kit because both of those are pretty pricey oils, and I would not have gone out of my way to invest in them if I had not had a chance to try them myself in the kit first. So I just love that they're in there for that reason. Okay, and then we're going to talk about one more oil that comes as a bonus in our starter kit. This oil is called Stress Away, and this one probably ties as my favorite oil. It might come in second. I love Stress Away. I know I mentioned already that I have 6 children, so you can imagine how often I'm applying this throughout the day. It's often. This is a very daily oil for me, multiple times. Usually this is going on throughout the day. Stress Away is exactly what it sounds like. It's designed to take your stress away, and it does it beautifully, and it smells amazing. So one thing that I want to show you, because in the back of the box, we're looking in the back right now, behind the oils, there's another section that's where this Stress Away is found, but there's also a little roller fitment. So our roller fitments are actually specially designed. You've probably all seen roller fitments before if you've had any experience with essential oils in the past. But I want to show you what's different about ours. So our roller fitments are actually specially designed to hold about 5 drops of oil in this little reservoir right here. And so what that means is that if you're rolling oils on your kids' feet or you're rolling them anywhere, the oil doesn't have to be, the bottle doesn't have to be facing down because you have a little reservoir of oil in there. So it's so convenient. I just love that. I just learned that recently. Okay, so if you want to use a roller fitment on one of your bottles, I highly suggest Stress Away, simply because it goes on me all the time throughout the day. You could use it on any of the oils, but Stress Away is very common, or Panawe. Sometimes people put it on that. But the Stress Away is what I'm going to show you how to use this on. So, of course, the bottle has, no, I took it off in advance. The bottle has an orifice reducer on here, and just so you know, that big hole in the middle is actually the air hole. That is not where your oil comes out. There's a tiny little hole somewhere around the outside. That's where your oil comes out. So if you want to find it and you can't get the oil out, you need to tip it till you find the tiny hole. But I'm going to show you how to take this off. So you can either just pull it off with your fingers, or you can use the lid to just pry it off. And so once you have that off, then you're going to want to remove, there's a little white ring usually on the oil bottle. Now this one's already been removed, but you can see the white ring on this one. You're going to want to remove that because sometimes it just doesn't fit very well with this roller fitment. So to use the roller fitment, you're just going to set it on top once you've removed the orifice reducer, and then take the black cap that comes with it and screw it on tightly. Sometimes you can feel a little bit of a pop or even hear it. Sometimes you can't, but just screw it on tightly, and then I always encourage people to just press it and make sure it's on all the way. And then I just roll this on, usually on my wrists. That's where Stress Away goes for me. Your wrists have really thin skin, and so the oils can be absorbed into your body and get right into your bloodstream really quickly. So I love Stress Away on my wrist. Then to take this off, if you want to take it off to refill it, or if you want to put it on something else, you can use the lid again and just pop it off with the lid. and you probably heard that, came right off, and then you can replace it with the regular orifice reducer in the white lid. So that's how that works. Okay, so that comes in the back of your box. Don't miss it. It is behind the oils. You'll also receive in the back of your box 2 packets of this fabulous juice. So Ningxia Red is Young Living's most incredible supplement. I don't know if there's any facts on that, but to me, it absolutely is the best they sell. So this is actually a puree, and it is made with the best wolfberries or goji berries you can find. The reason it's called Ningxia Red is because it comes from a province in China called Ningxia. It's at the bottom of the Yellow River, and the reason that the river is yellow is because it is so high in mineral content, which means that our wolfberries are extremely high in mineral content as well. They actually have 3 times the ORAC value, which is the antioxidant measuring system, 3 times the ORAC value of a traditional goji berry or wolfberry elsewhere in the world. So that's already incredible. Then it also has several other superfoods in it, and it's infused with essential oils, which actually act as a catalyst to get those nutrients into your body even better. So it's just amazing stuff. I used to fall asleep every day in the afternoon, and I finally started drinking this in the morning, or sometimes I take it late morning, close to noon, and I have the most energy I've ever had. It's amazing stuff. Everybody needs this, and that's why everybody gets 2 packs. These are single serving packs, 2 ounces. Everybody gets 2 of these in their starter kit. So throw them in the fridge when you get your kit and try one the next morning. They're amazing. All right, and then the last thing that comes in the back of your kit is a little package of samples, so you can give these away, or you can carry them with you, or you can toss them in your diffuser. Open them first. And you get 10 of these tiny little bottles, as well as 10 of these little sharing cards. So the reason that these are in here is because even though not everybody joins Young Living to do a business, which is totally fine, and I had no intention of doing that when I joined, some people do, and so they want to make sure that you're really well equipped so that if you love your oils and you want to start sharing about them right away, you have the ability to do that because you have those little packs in there and you have the little oil bottles, and you can just share away right away and you're all set up. If you don't want to do that, you can just use those little bottles for yourself and throw them in your purse or something. Carry them wherever you are, put them in the car, whatever. So let me check my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, yes, so you want to know about how much this costs, right? Because I always forget to mention that. So one other thing I love to forget to mention is that when you buy a premium starter kit with Young Living, it's a part of your wholesale membership. So there's not a cost to become a wholesale member with Young Living like there would be with Sam's Club or Costco or whatever. We don't have a cost, we have a kit. So you're getting a product with your investment, and your membership comes along with that totally free. So this premium starter kit with the 11 oils and the diffuser, if you choose the Dewdrop diffuser, is worth over $300, and it's just $160. If you choose one of the other diffusers, your price may go up a little bit depending on which diffuser you choose, but you can see all of those on the website. But just $160 for that. So these are incredibly versatile oils. We use them every day, and so with that membership, on top of getting all that investment up front, you're also going to save an extra 24% on anything else you buy from Young Living for at least a year. So $50 a year is all you need to spend to maintain that discount. And that's so easy to do. If you use the oils at all, or if you start transfer buying and you choose other things from Young Living, like you start buying your supplements from them, or your skincare, or your household cleaners, anything like that, $50 a year. And so it's so easy, but 24% off is what you're going to get off of everything else. And for those of you that are really excited and already know, like some people see a class and they say, I know I want everything. Like, I'm ready. I want to do the supplements. I want to do like all of your Thieves products. I want to get all the toxins out of my home and just start fresh with everything. For people that know they want to do that, or for people who just want to build up a little bit at a time or just replace what they're using, we have an optional program. It's a monthly rewards program, and it will save you an additional 10 to 25% on top of the 24%. So I would love to talk to you about that if that's something you're interested in. It's totally optional, but it is the best budget-friendly way to do it. So I love our reward program. The last thing I want to say is that it's really important that when you buy from Young Living, you choose somebody that you know is going to be supportive for you as you're going along in your journey to learn about oils, because every person has an obligation to educate you, but not everybody maybe takes that seriously. And so what we have in our team is an amazing group of leaders who are giving constant education and support. We're available for questions. We would love to help direct you for using your products or for building a business. Either way, we have online support, we have local support across the country. And so I just want to encourage you with that, because sometimes people don't realize that when you buy your kit, you are investing in a specific person. So when you go to youngliving.com, you want to make sure that you are choosing whoever referred you to the company that you know is going to support you and be there for you with your questions and things that you might need answered. So I want to tell you that, because if you're just like stumbling upon this video and you don't know anybody in Young Living, I would love to help you get started. And I'm going to put my information below below this video. But if somebody else referred you to this video, certainly get in touch with them and let them know that you're ready to get started and you want to get their member number so that you can support them with your purchase. So I will wrap up with that. It is 31 minutes. I will wrap up there. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My website is www.ourhealthyhappyhomes.com. And I will put that below this video as well. If you want to get in touch with me, there's a contact form there, and I would love to chat with you. So thanks again so much for joining me today, and we will catch you later. Bye.